an ill-advised shot, but most of them went in and it went down to the wire. But yeah, that was my best thing, was how I just realized that these two guys and they have earned the right to play zero defense in their last meaningless game against each other and just enjoy playing the game one last time.
Yeah, it definitely had a bit of a Kobe farewell tour of that game. Just like, it's cool, guys. We're just going to do whatever we want. We'll just soak it in.
Right. There's it's historical stuff here. Nobody's worrying about a playoff spot or, it's just fun. And it was a good way. The game was a good way to remember their career, this game.
I got to say, my best thing, I'm going to go back to it. My best thing was going to Memphis, seeing the King.
Oh,
not Elvis. LeBron James.
You didn't go to Graceland?
I've never been to Graceland. Have you been to Graceland?
Yeah, we should go to Graceland. The three of us should go to a Memphis game and go to Graceland. I've never been.
Let's do it. I want to go. Yeah, the Grizzlies are playing the Heat on Friday, Chuck, for Dwayne Wade's last game in Memphis. All those memories of Dwayne Wade coming to FedEx Forum in the Pyramid. Honestly, I can't think of a single game he played.
I actually I looked up the Grizzlies Heat series, just like pick a memorable game. None of them, I don't remember any of them. I can't remember any of the games that we've ever played. It's cool though.
Yeah. My takeaway from the Memphis time. So I was there as media, and I still, even I've covered a lot of games now, as media, I still don't understand the etiquette of when you're asking questions in the pregame stuff, the people ask the same generic questions kind of to get whatever. They got to get their quotes for their newspaper pieces or their athletic writings
article.
Yeah. Right. And so I'm sitting there looking at Luke Walton, and people are like, Coach, how is the team dealing with Brandon Ingram going to be out for the game? What are we going to see out there? And I just want to be like, it seems like they know when someone else is supposed to talk. And I'm just sitting there and I want to be like, Coach, do any of your players play Red Dead Redemption 2? And I don't know if that's even wrong. I don't know if I'll get in trouble for that.
No. See, but that's part of it. You should be able to inquire about some of the things that our listeners are interested in. What is, Kentavious Caldwell Pope? What happens when he goes to jail on the weekends? What kind of protocol is it? Does he have to play with an ankle bracelet on? These are great questions that deserve to be asked.
Does that rich person jail that KCP was in, where he could get out, does he get referrals? Can he get a little points back to him for referring people to the rich person stay-at-home jail?
Right. Was he allowed to take an iPad in to study game film while he was? These are very legitimate questions.
Well, so someone asked Kawhi Leonard, Kawhi, what's your favorite Christmas memory? And he was like, I don't want to answer that right now. And people were angry at the question was asked, and I was like, oh, I thought we were allowed to ask just random stuff. It's I don't know the etiquette, and I don't know who to ask either.
Yeah,
I want to be like, hey, I just want to.
Next time, just bring me, and I'll just be uncouth and ridiculous.
Well, the only problem is I don't want to lose my credentials, because that's the thing. You're always working against they won't let me in games anymore. I have to buy my own ticket. Although I did buy my own ticket, I splurged and actually used my season ticket. Did not sell it. Old money bags over here.
Well, Keith, this is how we change media. It's not about access. We have to, if we get a little bit of it, we've got to push the envelope, and that's how we change the game. So we'll talk about it next time you go, and I'll be in your ear whatever. Cyrano de Bergerac.
My other observation from the game was I was moving in between media stuff and then in my seats, and at halftime I was going up to talk to somebody in the media, and then because the media seats, I'm in the bad media seats. There's good media seats down low, and I'm in the bad ones. They're whatever. And when the third quarter started, we're at this game. It's it's like a sellout, and it's all Lakers fans, and it's packed full of people to see LeBron James. While the game is going on, there's 40 people in line to get ice cream. And I was like, what are you people doing? Why? First of all, I would never stand in a 40-person deep line for anything. I don't
No.
think food related.
Not in December anyway.
Right,
Not
I was
for
like,
ice cream.
it's like you're inside the game. Why are 40 of you in line? Like, if there's 10 people in the ice cream line at a sporting event, you're like, well, guess no ice cream today. Like,
Right.
And like the game was going on. Like the third quarter had begun. Like I understand trying to gun it, be like, oh, halftime just started. We'll see how far we'll see if I can get this ice cream cone I need. But like you've already paid to get in this game, and it's a pricey ticket for most people. And LeBron James is playing basketball right now, or the Grizzlies, if that's your favorite team. And you're just going to stand in line, a 40-person line for ice cream to pay for, $8 a scoop? Blowing my mind. Anyway.
Incredible.
Let's transition that. It's a nice segue into the cream of wheat. Worst thing. You got a worst thing, Chuck?
So LeBron and Wade played a game, their final game. You remember that thing? Did we already talk about that?
Yeah, we might have mentioned it.
The game was great.
Oh, yeah?
And then they had their bro moment at the end.
the staged bro moment.
The personal last scene in a crappy movie. It's like if Medea had made a basketball film, and they're hugging and they're not saying anything important. And then there's a weird comment about Olive Garden and whatever. And it just seemed to me like the worst part of what I had a wonderful memory of up until that moment. It was gross. It was just so.
It was it's all that staged NBA stuff. It's the stuff I don't care for.
Are so corny too, and I love Wade. Look, he's
No, LeBron James is unbelievably corny.
Corny people. They're just not cool dudes who know how to do things cool. Jordan knew how to do cool stuff.
Well, he didn't know any better.
Everything he did was just naturally cool. These guys are so hyper aware of everything that they do being a majestic, wonderful moment.
That might be true, but
that they lose the real moment and be corny. It just is a cornball. It's corny. Sorry.
LeBron James might be cool, but his Twitter is not cool. I mean, I know he called the president a bum, and that was amazing. But he said not on Twitter.
Ugh.
Like he said something to Kyle Kuzma, and he's like, not. It's like, oh, come on, LeBron.
But I think I think he kind of knows. I mean, I think he's playing it because he's grandpa to them.
He was using it ironically. Was that an ironic use of not?
I think he does have the ability to be. He's like a dad of like a 15-year-old. And he knows how to be have that dad like humor, like dad joke. He's dad joke.
All right,
the man. But that leads to him being weird. When he wants to be sentimental, it comes across as like Instagram, like multi-level marketer. And then when he wants to be like cool and like have a cool moment, it's like corny dad with a camcorder at your 15th birthday party.
All right. Well, speaking of irony, my worst thing, Derek Fisher. Derek Fisher named the coach of the LA Sparks.
And he already has 3 of them pregnant. So congratulations.
WNBA, what are you doing? Why is there so lack of self-awareness? So like Derek Fisher does not seem like the guy to be, I don't know, a leadership position in the WNBA, much like Isaiah Thomas should not be in the WNBA.
I heard rumors that the Sparks were in the work. Now this is just a rumor. In the works of being purchased by Harvey Weinstein, so it fits kind of the.
So I mean, say what you want. Culture. I mean, I guess technically Derek Fisher, he's just he broke the code of dating an NBA player's wife that was not his own. And say what you want for that. I guess it's not the same as like being found culpable for a culture of sexual harassment. So that's not great. But then in addition, after being named head coach of the LA Sparks, it comes out that he is he's a new partner in this thing called Luxury Asset Capital, which is a payday loans for NBA players and like sports stars. It's a way to lend players money using their future earning potential and their property as collateral. So he's a payday loans for NBA guys. That is, it's just sleazy. It's like he's joining a scam. I don't know. It's just a bad look. But then Baron Davis, our boy Baron Davis, he tweeted, Derek Fisher sold us out in the CBA, back when he was a player's rep. Derek Fisher sold us out in the CBA. Now he's selling us out again. Athletes going broke. Let's make money off that. Then he hashtagged it. Slap yourself. Hashtag Buster. Hashtag sellout. Hashtag BAN syndrome. I don't know what BAN syndrome is, but I followed it, and I think I pieced some stuff together. I'm just going to leave it out there. But, yeah, so Baron Davis at least calling him out for, this is a crappy thing to do. And
you know what? I'm glad to see that Laura Dern is having a positive impact on Baron Davis's wokeness and the exploitation of millionaire athletes.
Yeah. So
do you remember? You know, there's still LA's power couple, right?
Are they still? I mean, I remember that thing where it came out. Yeah,
but it makes me feel good to think that they are.
It was a lovely photo.
Yeah. So I don't think you should literally allow Fox in the hen house in a farm or Derek Fisher in your female locker room.
Or any locker room.
Or any locker room, really.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move to the awards segment. Oh, actually, before we move to the awards segment, I'm getting a signal from the producer. It looks like we might have a special little segment right here. My wife, Abby, is making a return to the program. She has a segment called Crepes of Wrath, where she talks about things in the NBA she hates.
Bring it, Ab.
Well, I keep a running list in my phone of the things that I hate. And next on my list was that they were not giving a player called Campaign, which I think is an excellent name, enough playing time. But it seems like I've heard his name a lot lately.
He has been getting in the game for the Bulls. Plenty of Campaign playing time. Although he's lost some of it to Ryan Arcidiacono.
Never heard of him.
Of course. And
Me neither.
And Chris, yeah, you and Chuck also never heard of him. But Chris Dunn is back healthy, so fewer minutes for Campaign. So what's next on your?
Actually, I just want to chime in. I support your campaign.
Yeah, that is.
Thank you, Chuck.
He's the best.
Well, so since that has been rectified, I have another segment that I would like to introduce.
Oh, by all means.
Let's do it.
So this kind of comes into the whole, I hear his name a lot. When I hang out with Keith, I have to hear the NBA a lot. Keith turns the volume on every screen he's watching and somehow isn't really hearing any of them apparently, but I hear all of them. And so there are some things I've noticed that they say that are ridiculous. And I'd like to title my segment, That's What He Said.
Oh, okay.
And I'd like to address some of the stupid things they say.
Well, to paint a bigger picture, yes, I like to have the audio on all the screens that are on, but I don't turn it up loud enough where I can hear what the announcers are saying. I just like the ambient noise of the crowd, so when something cool happens, I can know which screen to look at. But Abby has elite hearing. My hearing is terrible. Abby actually listens to what the announcers are saying, and she'll say stuff like, "Wait, is that true?" And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Well, what did the announcer just say?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Which game are you talking about?" Like, I don't hear announcers at all when the TVs are on. So yeah, so that's what he said, which does not have a breakfast pun, which we should work on.
We'll work on that.
Yeah. So this is things announcers say that you think are ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, let me just start at the Venn diagram intersection of That's What He Said and Crepes of Wrath. So things they say I hate include number one, penetration, and number two, ball movement.
Well, you think, every sport has penetration. And Abby's often like, do they have to say it like that? like it's always something to like great penetration here, like to set up the score. She's like, is that the best way to say that? It's like, I guess it is. It's just accepted sports. It's the parlance.
We should come up with a more acceptable word, though.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, does penetration have synonyms that are less Carnival cruise ship sounding?
They do sound like a steamliner. I would have to research this. This is another thing we'll research.